There is a huge conundrum at Man United as far as the future of Amrabat is really concerned. Some sources are obviously talking about him getting a permanent deal at Man United, and others are really confirming to us that they are really contemplating on loan to really sign him on loan. But we are obviously going to come in through and obviously give you the fact as to how things are really panning out at the club of Manchester United. Welcome to this channel. Smash the like button, comment and share. If at all you're watching us for the very first time, endeavor to subscribe to this channel so as not miss out on stories that we do upload in here on a daily. And Rock and David is my name, and hope you guys are really having the best that you really want or fancy to have. It's a Friday. Juma Karim to the Muslims watching in this channel, the subscribers, and everyone who is part of this channel growth. And also, don't forget to say to it that you really say a prayer. For the Christians, may the living God bless you abundantly, and hope you guys have gone ahead to come up in the morning and everything is really going on as planned in your life. So, where should we start from? Let's start from a story coming in from Fiorentina News, confirming to us that it's very likely that Sofyan Amrabat will not join Manchester United on a permanent transfer. Fiorentina are not thinking about his return. He's more likely to sign for another club. Now, it's all known that in the deal that saw Sofyan Amrabat complete a loan move from Fiorentina to Manchester United, that is a long season loan, had a clause that if United fail to sign Sofyan Amrabat, then there will be a new year added onto his contract automatically. That is it, meaning that he'll be left with another year, because by the end of June 30th, his contract at Fiorentina would have gone ahead to come off, and United are supposed to confirm that they're going to pay off Amrabat in May. Before the end of May, their confirmation has to be in. If May is done and United is not going to hate to throw in a confirmation that they're going to sign Sofyan Amrabat, then automatically there will be another year or 1 year really onto, or 1 year added onto his contract to see to it that they can sell him the next summer. Sorry, that summer of next year. So, Sofyan Amrabat has been really having a good and bad career. We saw that he really played his first game for Man United as we are playing Burnley. He came off the bench and played some minutes. Then he played other games like against Crystal Palace, and which other games as a left back. But his first game to play as a CDM was when United was taking on Crystal Palace into the Carabao Cup. In the first 45 minutes, he was played as a left back, and then in the beginning of the second half, Erik ten Hag shifted him into the central midfield and played the double pivot with Casemiro, and United won that game by 3-0, and they had 20 minutes that they played together. And the 65th minute, he was taken off for the likes of Dango, Hannibal to really come in through and obviously put in the well-deserved shift. So when you hear that, stories are coming in from Fiorentina that this guy is considered to be really not wanting him at the club of Man United. You ask yourself, what is the reason for them not wanting to obviously keep him? And Mirror Football has gone ahead and told us that Man United's recruitment team are planning to sign a new holding midfielder in January to replace Sofyan Amrabat. And when you hear such stories, you have to ask yourself, who is behind the story and what is the aim of the story? Why? If someone is talking about Amrabat being offloaded in the January transfer window, then he's naive about what he's talking about, because United are not deficient into the central midfield. Trust me, if United has a position that has very many players that is really overloaded, it's in the central midfield. Now, I know why people are trying to throw that to us. Do you know why? Because Amrabat might move out during the January transfer window to go ahead and play for Morocco in the African Cup of Nations, and their trying to insinuate that United will be willing to obviously get in a replacement for him, something I don't really agree with, people, because Casemiro is going to return by January. Kobe Menu is into the system. There is Scott McTominay, there is Donny van de Beek, there is Bruno Fernandes, Eriksson will be back. So, if there is a well-occupied position of Man United, that has to be the midfield. And let no one lie to you that Sofyan Amrabat will make way. And they're not going to sell him. And I stand here and tell you that the reason as to why Erik ten Hag has not been playing him in the midfield is because he never had a very good preseason with Man United. And United have been grinding out results. And all what Ten Hag wanted was stability to come in the team. And then Sofyan Amrabat comes in. Look on how he played on Wednesday in Galatasaray. He really played very well, you know. He dedicated play. He fought every battle. His recovery pace was really huge. And trust me, he was one of those players that really had a very decent game until Erik ten Hag took him off in the 56th minute of the game. So let's not forget that Erik ten Hag has gone ahead to obviously love this player, and he knows him very well. And trust me, he is of pure quality, we all admit. But we've been in a crisis, and we needed to see to it that we factor out results with Premier League, with players who are really used to the Premier League and have gone ahead to obviously hit the ground running. That's why you see either Scott McTominay can start ahead of Sofyan Amrabat. And if at all Sofyan Amrabat had gone ahead to have a good preseason with Man United, trust me, it would have been the man playing to the stadium. And we all know that this man is better than Scott McTominay. But because Scott McTominay has gone ahead to obviously thrive, like scoring goals, and he's Premier League proven, he knows exactly what Premier League is all about, he has been given a chance to start. But trust me, he cannot last in that midfield. He can't last in that midfield because Casemiro is returning, Eriksson is returning, and he's not going to last in there for you. Because sometimes you might be hardworking, but if at all hardworking players really pick up, your hard work cannot beat a person who combines hard work with talent. So let's not really look at that. I will believe that the conundrum around Sofyan Amrabat's future at Man United is just about him not being played. Like you saw to it that Varane, because he's not being played for now, people are really insinuating that he wants out of the club of Man United. Every player knows it that in your career, there is a certain time when you are not obviously going to be picked. And by the way, the manager will always give you reasons for having not picked you. And I don't think that there is any bad blood between Varane and Erik ten Hag, because Erik ten Hag knows the reason as to why he's not choosing Varane. And if I tell you Varane and the manager is not choosing, other team is getting results, then you need to get to know that maybe you need the best of yourself to see to it that you get where you deserve. And I think Amrabat is also not pissed off, but all that goes to the board of Man United for not really getting this man, Erik ten Hag, the player he wanted, early enough to be integrated into the team of Man United in the preseason, to obviously be part of the chemistry and grow with the chemistry in the preseason. So that is what they are not doing right for the club of Manchester United. And I don't really believe that Sofyan Amrabat is not going to be signed by Man United. I believe he's going to be signed, and he'll obviously come in through and put in a very good shift. And let me show you that these journalists are always good at reading temperatures and the situations at the club. And that's how they come in through and obviously put in stories like that. Now, we are having a report of The Athletic on the 27th of October, after Amrabat came in through and really put in some good shifts in the game. Carl Anker told us that Manchester United are expected to look at a permanent deal for Sofyan Amrabat before the end of the season. So they are looking at it and they are positive. By then, because he was really getting into the starting 11 of Man United, but a mere blip out of the squad, people are really trying to really amplify it that no, it's not supposed to be like that way. This guy is not going to be given a chance to play at the club of Man United, of which it's a total lie. And I don't really agree with it. This is Sofyan Amrabat, one of the players I give a lot of respect, and I know he knows that he needs to do exactly what the manager really tells him. And the beauty of Erik ten Hag is simple. He will always give you a reason as to why he's not playing you. Even when Ronaldo was here, he told him, you cannot press as I want you to press. That is it. And you cannot do the hold-up play as I want you to do it. That's why even when Martial was injured, he tried to put Rashford to lead the line. And Ronaldo could come on as a substitute, and he only started into the games of the Carabao Cup and UEFA Europa League. That is it. So I really understand that concerns are there that maybe this guy is not going to be signed by the club of Man U, but I believe he will come good. And Erik ten Hag is also, by the way, worried about him not having Amrabat in the January transfer window, in the January month, because he's obviously going to go to the Moroccan national team. And for every manager, you're supposed to be wise about that, because when you really put your team to rely on Amrabat right now, when he's not going to be available in January, that means you need to obviously try up other systems that has other players that are obviously going to be available. So that is it, coming in from different sources about Amrabat, but your thoughts onto that are welcome in the comment section below. Good morning, Rock and David is my name. Hope you guys are really having a fantastic stay wherever you are. We sign out for now. See you later. The Muslims Barak, it's Juma Kareem, and the Christians, may the living to God bless you abundantly. I'm out.